Hello everyone. Today we'll start with multi-column data load and we'll be using the TRCS application to do that. So basically what is multi-column data load? So data management enables you to load the data for multiple dimension members of a selected dimension in a single row of data. So definition of the members to load can be included in the header record, in the load file, or in the import format definition. So we'll see the file which we'll be loading. We'll try to load in the TRCS through DM is this file. So what I have done, multi-column, why it is said, because as per TRCS I have defined this jurisdiction, different jurisdiction in these columns, and my first column is account, second is entity, and these all are my jurisdiction jurisdiction columns, and the amounts are these for this particular. So this is the intersection. My account is 11502, for entity LE101 and US jurisdiction, and the amount is 9882.8. So we want to load this type of file, that is a multi-column data load. Now I'll be seeing how to do that. First, I would like to show you the dimensions in the TRCS. So this is my account dimension, and I have selected jurisdiction dimension. So these all are my jurisdiction, and I have selected the 5 jurisdiction from these and put some amount in these jurisdiction like US, UK, CZ, BE and GR. This is US domicile, United Kingdom domicile, CZ Republic, Belgium, and one more, that is Greece domicile. Okay, so these 5 I have picked. Now we'll see how to do this in data management. Okay, so before that we need to create the source and target through data exchange. So I have already created it, but will like to show you that. So if you see file, that is data source, this is my source, and TRCS EPM local tax account text type is my target. Now I'll start creating the import format. So I'll use IMF underscore. Okay, so I'll my source is file, my target is TRCS, and my file type will be multi-column numeric data, and I'll save it. So let's start doing the mappings. So my account is in first column. For amount, I'll also be using 1. So these are not in my file, so I'll just use the previously defined field number, and we'll define the expression in our data load mapping, not here. We can do here also, but I'll define there in data load mapping. So entity is there in my file. So entity is column 2, and rest all columns are for jurisdiction. Now my jurisdiction starts from column 3, so I'll define 3 here. Movement also 3. So movement and multi-cap are not in my file, so I can use 2, 3 or 1, 1, 2 or 3, any number, any field number. So we have done for all, that is amount, configuration, account, amount, configuration, data source, entity, from currency, identifier, intercompany, jurisdiction, movement, and multi-cap. Now for multi-column data load, here I'll add the expression, I'll add driver. I have used the multi-column for jurisdiction, so I'll add the dimension jurisdiction, and I'll select the members which are there in my file. So I'll choose the jurisdiction for my file. First is US, second is UK, US, UK, then you have CZ, BE, and Greece, GR. Alright, click OK. So these are all my members. Now these are from column 3 to column, this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 3 to 7. So I'll define it as 3, 7. So my expression type is driver, dimension is jurisdiction. These are my jurisdiction members, and my column is 3 to 7. Alright, I'll also add NZP if there's anything. Zero separation on load is deactivated. For this it is used. Okay, and save. Now I'll create the location. So after selecting the import format, my source is file, target is TRCS, functional currency is entity currency. I'll click on save. Now under workflow, we'll start giving the data load mapping. First, before that, you need to keep in mind, select the correct location. So my location is multi-column data. I'll be using period here as maybe P118, that is first period, and 18 FY18. So in this way in TRCS the period is defined. For account, which is there in my file, so I'll be doing like to like mapping for account. For configuration, we'll be defining the target value and we'll pick it from the application itself. Okay, so I'll pick no configuration. You can give any rule name. Define the data source. It is already defined, the managed data. Entity is there in my file, so I'll choose the like to like mapping. From currency, I'll add for intercompany as no intercompany. Jurisdiction is there in my file. Movement already defined and multi-cap already defined. So save. Let us check first all the dimensions are defined. Mapping for all the dimensions is defined. Okay, configuration, data source, entity, from currency, identifier as no identifier, intercompany as no intercompany, jurisdiction as no jurisdiction, movement as no movement, multi-cap as local cap. All right, now we'll go to the data load rule. We'll create one data load rule. Define the import format which I've already created. Now my file is multi-column data TRCS. I'll upload that file. So import and validate is successful. export is successful. So this is my source and target. So my target entity is LA101. Accounts are these many. Intercompany has no intercompany. Data source has managed data. Jurisdiction, movement, multi-gap, movement as movement, multi-gap as local gap, and these are my amounts. So if we talk about this particular account, that is 11502. So this is the amount we'll check. Okay, so 11502 has 86952 in BE jurisdiction. Okay, in UK it has 35556. In US it has 9882. US it has 9882. 92078 is there in GR, and CZ it is 157926. All right, so this is the way how you do it. One thing we can change in data load mapping is for the jurisdiction. Instead of using this no jurisdiction, you can do it as star, and you can define as J1 here. We can execute it again. All right, so this is also done. If we see in 11502 only, now you can see the correct jurisdiction. Earlier it was coming as, because the system generated mapping was defined as no jurisdiction and did not change it, so it wasn't giving us the target jurisdiction. Now after I defined it, the star to star mapping, that is whatever there in the file, I want that. So now it is giving the correct, and we have already checked the amount. So this is how we do the multi-column data load. In data management. Here in file you can choose any dimension, like if you are using TRCS you can use the jurisdiction, or you can use the consolidation or any other dimension, or the period wise also you can do it. And in FCCS also you can use it any dimension, maybe like product, multiple product, you can give it over here and you can do the multi-column data load. So the requirement can be any, but the procedure will be the same for multi-column data load. In the main thing you have to do is in the import format, you need to give the expression, add the driver and the dimension, and add the members below it, and after that the procedure is the same as we do in while loading any file in data load. So this was all for today. If you have any doubt, please contact BISP Solutions. Thank you for listening patiently, and we'll be covering the next topic in our next sessions. Thank you so much.